fellow cinema enthusiasts, my name is Christina and welcome to another Let's Get Reelz movie review. Today is Classic Movie Thursdays here on my channel, my version of Throwback Thursdays. Today I am continuing with Noirvember. If you are unfamiliar with Noirvember, it is where classic movie fans get to just talk about film noir all month. We blog about it, we make videos of film noir movies, and we just talk about it and watch them and have a good time with these great movies that were made during the 40s and 50s. Today I am going to be reviewing one of my all-time favorite movies and one of my favorite noirs, Sunset Boulevard, starring Gloria Swanson and William Holden. I'm sure you guys are somewhat familiar with the famous line, "I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille." You've all seen or heard clips of this movie or being made fun of somehow, but it is just such a great movie. So the story of Sunset Boulevard is told through a flashback in the narrative form by a guy named Joe Gillis, played by William Holden, and he talks about how he was a writer in Hollywood, and he wasn't really a popular writer, a screenwriter that is. He wasn't really getting any work, and his car was going to be repossessed. He was trying to get away from these repossessors who were going to take the car away, and he pulls into the garage of an old silent film star named Norma Desmond, played by Gloria Swanson. And Norma just sinks her claws into Joe and does not let go. She becomes very needy, very dependent on him. He sees her as maybe like a way of getting a script made because she was very popular at Paramount and she knows Cecil B. DeMille, and you know, he just sees it as maybe a way of getting a script out there. But like, she really takes a hold of him. She has all his stuff moved into her place. She buys out his contract or his lease on his apartment. She starts buying him all this stuff. For a while he kind of goes along with it, and then he's like, this woman is just crazy, she's so delusional, she thinks she's still a huge movie star and she's really not. And he tries to get away for a while. He actually winds up going back to Paramount to work on a script with a young reader named Betty Schaefer, and it's going well for a while, but Norma just completely ruins everything. And that is all you're gonna get out of me for this story of Sunset Boulevard, because it is just so incredible that you guys have to go and watch it. And if you've never watched it, I feel really sorry for you. It's just one of those perfect all-around movies from beginning to end. Everything about Sunset Boulevard is just absolutely, like, oh my god, it's just total perfection. Sunset Boulevard was directed by Billy Wilder, and if you're familiar with Billy Wilder, you'll know him as the director for Some Like It Hot, which stars Marilyn Monroe. I was used to Billy Wilder's comedies. I was so used to seeing Some Like It Hot that when I finally sat down to watch Sunset Boulevard, I was like, wow, this guy is a total genius. His direction was just, I mean, like, I can't even explain it. He was just fantastic. You can feel every emotion of these characters. You can feel Joe, his anger and his just desire and want to get away from Norma. You can feel Norma's insanity. You can just feel every character. You can feel Betty's warmth. You can feel how her encouragement for Joe and for writing this script. You can even feel Joe's sarcasm too. It's just like every emotion, every feeling you get in this direction. The cinematography is probably one of the absolute greatest pieces of cinematography I've ever seen. I love it so much. It brings in this like really creepiness. I mean, Norma is a creepy character, but I think if it had been made in color, it would have made the movie so much different. And it just really adds to this darkness of this story and this character, this deranged character of Norma Desmond. This was the first movie I had ever seen Gloria Swanson in. I thought she was great. I mean, if anybody can pull off being totally scary and perfect in a role, it was Gloria Swanson. Nobody could have played this role better. I think when this was being made, they had the idea to bring in Norma Talmadge, Norma Shear, and even Greta Garbo, and none of them would have been right. I think Norma Shear's way too vain. Greta Garbo would have made it too artsy. I think Gloria Swanson just really went for it. You can see there was just no fear in her acting. She wasn't afraid to kind of parody this old film star and be somebody that she wasn't, be this character that was so delusional, that thought she was just so famous that everybody knew her name. The movies weren't what they were supposed to be. She was just fearless, and she went for it and just made such a memorable character and was so memorable in this role. William Holden, this was the first movie I had ever seen him in, and again, great acting. Everybody that was in this movie could not have been casted any better than all these actors. If you haven't seen Sunset Boulevard, I highly, highly encourage you to go watch this. It's just one of those great masterpieces of cinema that is so perfect from beginning to end. You can't believe that a movie like this was made. At least I can't. It was just so amazing. The story is so cynical. The story is dark. It's just everything. It's got humor in it. It's got drama. Just like even horror. I think there's a horror aspect to it with this character of Norma Desmond who is so delusional, and just like the horror of growing old. It's a movie I can't stress enough to go and watch if you haven't. So that was my review / rambling of Sunset Boulevard. If you liked this review in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. If you have seen Sunset Boulevard, let's talk about everything and everything with this movie. Whatever you want to talk about, down in the comments. And if you have any suggestions of what I should watch next, be them classic movies or newer movies, leave those in the comments. And if I pick your movie and I watch it and I review it, I will give you a shout out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future Classic Movie Thursday reviews and other Let's Get Reelz movie reviews, because that is what I like to do here. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.